Friday. Great show for you. A little COVID, 19. I don't know if you didn't have COVID 18, 17, and 16. I don't know if you'll understand COVID-19, but we'll give you our coronavirus update. And I want to kind of bring you and set the mood and bring you into what it must be like in Seattle now. They're saying this is the capital of America for COVID-19. What a surprise. I actually am surprised. I thought if you were looking for a capital of disease, wouldn't you have thought it was San Francisco with all the poop on the streets? But it's Seattle, who has his own share of poop on the streets. So congratulations on that. We begin with COVID-19. Also, the latest numbers. I think there's a reason why Bernie Sanders did so poorly in the latest poll in Florida. We'll give you that and so much more, including Bill O'Reilly. And it all begins in 1 minute.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
So I'm a small businessman, and I talk to small businessmen all the time. And the one thing that I know to be true, if you are starting your business or you're running a business, if you can't keep track of all of your numbers because of the high pace of today's business, if you don't know what's coming in, what's going out, what the customers are saying, what is HR saying, if you can't look at how we're pacing year over year, et cetera, you cannot make decisions. You're bluffing every second. This was one of the biggest problems I had with the Blaze was I couldn't track all the numbers. Well, you can now. NetSuite has done it. Oracle has done it. If you are looking to take your company from a $2 million to a $10 million company or 10 to hundreds of millions in revenue, NetSuite by Oracle gives you the tools to turbocharge your growth. With NetSuite, you will get the full absolute picture of your business, finance, inventory, HR, customers, everything. One place, right from your phone or your computer. It's a dashboard. And with NetSuite, the customers of NetSuite grow faster than the S&P 500. NetSuite, the world's #1 cloud business system for a reason. Have them just schedule an appointment, have them come out and do what they did with me, and have them go through all of the dashboard with you. It's customized to your business in your industry, and you see and you're like, oh, that's what I want to. Yeah, and you do this too. That really. It's fantastic. When you know your numbers, you can succeed. Call them now. Get your free product tour right now. Schedule it and get the free guide, 7 key strategies to grow your profits at netsuite.com/Beck. That's netsuite.com/Beck. So if you draw 2 dots over parentheses, a face appears all of a sudden. We know that because it's a sideways smiley face if you're doing it online. You'll see the smiley face in the lines and the circles. It's amazing. When we see scribbles on paper, we can easily assign that meaning and give life to an abstract symbol, an icon lacking any detail or realism. And we infuse that with universality. And the less detail that an image or a drawing or a painting has, the more we complete it ourselves, the more personal it becomes. Our eyes blend colors, but our brain also fills in all of the missing details, and we see ourselves. Somehow or another, we see a smiley face with a colon and a parenthesis. It's an oddity of the human mind. And for now, this anomaly is keeping me hopeful as you can be, approaching a coming storm and that cloud of COVID-19 on the horizon. This is the coronavirus. It already is a global pandemic. I don't think anybody wants to call it that because then there are legal responsibilities with a pandemic. But that's what this is. And most of the victims of COVID-19 have remained unknown. They're just statistics. We see these numbers every day. They're forebodings. Their identities have been redacted for obvious reasons, and we're only given slivers of detail. So we are filling in the rest of the picture. Next Wednesday night, I'm doing a special on coronavirus. We've delayed some of the other specials that we were going to do, and I'm going to do another special on coronavirus and fear and why we fear this so much. And it is because while we say we've never seen these things before, we have, actually. We've seen them in apocalyptic TV shows and apocalyptic movies. And so that's helping us fill in these blanks. I want to tell you the stories of those who are afflicted with the virus, the doctors and the nurses on the front line. But today, I want to tell you about the unknown man, because the unknown man is all of us. Because the unknown man really goes through his whole life never thinking about particles or the invisible life forms that are all over him all the time, floating in the air. Perhaps he never had a chance, in part because he showed no symptoms, no fever, no telltale dry, windless cough. And either way, he likely assumed it would be fine. It's a scary thing, but it doesn't happen to me. It doesn't happen to him. Same as all of us would. This 21st century America, land of luxury and good doctors, and we're not having bat soup. Can't happen to us. It's kind of like what it must feel like in California. You build these incredible houses, and then they burn to the ground. It's not going to happen. Well, the rest of us go to California. We see these houses on these sticks on the side of the mountain, and then we see mudslides, and we're like, hello? But those who build those little houses on popsicle sticks, they're like, it's not me. The unknown man has two lines, parentheses. He is us. He knows that you can find crab cakes and great beer at most of the 48 concession stands, the restaurants and the lounges at CenturyLink Field, the noisy 70,000-seat stadium just a mile south of downtown Seattle. CenturyLink is home to the Seattle Seahawks as well as the Sounders. On Saturday, February 22nd, it hosted a football game between the Seattle Dragons and the Dallas Renegades. Week 3 of the inaugural season of the XFL, professional football league founded by WWE owner Vince McMahon. That day, Dallas was in Seattle, and it was brisk. It was 48 degrees. 22,060 people gathered for the game. Nobody was thinking about the virus that was right there. No one noticed the invisible particle that nobody thinks about, that was eager to pounce, eager to feast. At the same time, there was no doubt that the virus was on their mind. At least something that we're all well aware of. The coronavirus disease, the outbreak, clawed its way into our collective psyche. Even kids know about it. Everybody knows about it now. But back February 22nd, nobody was really paying attention. Our unknown man works part-time at one of the 48 concession stands at CenturyLink Field. And on that day, he contracted the virus, but he didn't realize it. A week later, he tested positive for COVID-19. In response, King County officials released a statement advising that no extra precautions are required for those who attended that game February 22nd, or anybody who is attending upcoming events, but remain on watch. Meanwhile, the Dallas team came back to Dallas, to a whole new stadium of unknown men and women. An op-ed in the New York Times yesterday describes Seattle as America's coronavirus capital. Of the approximate 220 cases of coronavirus in the U.S., Washington has 75 of them. 10 people in Seattle have died. California has had 60 cases, New York 22, Texas 14. As of yesterday, 56 new cases emerged. Coast to coast. The first signs of the virus appeared in Seattle sometime in mid-January, where a man returned from Wuhan, China. He was diagnosed, was the first case of the disease in the U.S. Now, globally, the number has climbed to over 100,000. But 100,000 is not the real number. We don't know what the real number is. We don't know what the real fatality rate of this is. It's at 3.4% now, but it is probably much, much lower because that invisible particle has been floating around in all of our cities. And there is no test that you can get from your doctor. Right now, you have to go to a university hospital or you have to go to one of the big regional hospitals. And it's getting better, but we still have tested less than, 1,000 people? They say the fatality rate is less than 2%. That's when all the numbers come in. It's deadly, but not for everybody. For reference, Ebola has a fatality rate of about 25, anywhere between 25 and 90%. So you have, at best case scenario, you have a 25% chance of dying if you got Ebola, and it's a wicked, wicked death. The thing with Ebola is it's not easy to spread. If you remember, we did a little cartoon when Ebola came to Dallas and came to America. And it was, don't touch somebody's pee, poop, or vomit. That's pretty much you have to. If somebody is bleeding from the eyes, don't touch them. That's pretty much what you need to know about Ebola, and you don't get it. On Tuesday, the CDC announced the virus is contagious enough that a global impact is inevitable. It's too late to stop it now. But what we're doing now is stopping it from infecting all of our first responders. We need our doctors. We need our hospitals. That's why they're asking 2.2 million people in Seattle to stay home. The director for the National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Diseases yesterday said people should begin to practice social distancing measures. What is that? Social distancing measures. That's stand 3 to 5 feet away from each other. And also cancel school, postpone conferences, avoid large gatherings. That's what we should begin practicing now. If we don't have this burnout during the summer and we don't find a vaccine for it in the next 6 to 12 months that is actually in practice, this could change relationships forever. Things change. It's like a war. When you're fighting a war, you never really go back to the country that you were because you just want it to stop. And things change. We would have never accepted any of the things. FISA, the FISA courts, secret courts, we would never have accepted that. But after we were bombed, we did. In fact, we all dutifully take off our stupid shoes every time. We're giving the TSA a retina scan. That's the dumbest thing ever. But September 11th changed us. How this will change us in the world, I don't know. Now, in King County, it's too advanced for mere precautions. Not only did they ask yesterday, King County, that's the Seattle County. Officials announced plans to convert a local motel into a quarantine site. It's actually pretty smart, but nobody wants that in their neighborhood. Not in my backyard. You're going to put those people where? This Saturday, Sounders, Seattle's major league soccer team, they're scheduled to play the Columbus Crew. When news broke out about the concession stand worker, representatives of King County were quick to remain calm. They said, quote, as of now, Seattle's professional sports organizations, Dragons, First and Goal, Seahawks, Mariners, Sounders, they're going to continue with their scheduled events. But how many of the unknown man are going to attend? How many of the unknown man are going to do the things they used to do as we all navigate our life the best that we can? Maybe a dark glow enshrines him as he looks out to the world. A world that doesn't realize that he, the unknown man, what he's become. in moments of lingering catastrophe, it's important to remember the collective self as well as the individual self. The unknown man, while blank and simple and abstract to us, he's a member of our tribe. He, like a growing number of people, became infected, got trapped in lingering shadows that keep him now unknown. But while we may not know the names and the places and the people themselves, they are not so different than you and me. Spring's just around the corner, and you know what that means. It's lawn mowing season. If you're looking to upgrade this year from your slow push mower, tired old riding lawnmower, I have some really good news for you. Hustler Turf zero-turn lawnmowers are here to change your life, and change your life they will. Hustler Turf engineers its mowers to outperform. The research and testing that has gone into Hustler mowers is really mind-blowing. They have been testing these things and building these things for 50 plus years. They have spent thousands of hours just perfecting just the steering system. When you come to a corner, man, there are no corners. It's zero turn. You just rotate. It's a sweet ride. I'd like to take it on the highway, quite honestly. Your neighbors are going to look at your yard and think that maybe you hired a professional landscaping crew. The most important thing of all, you're going to look forward to cutting your grass, and you're not going to spend all day doing it. I want you to go to hustlerturf.com and click on the radio offer button right now. When you purchase a new mower, you'll get a year of extended warranty coverage for free. And if you're not sure about Hustler, well, now you're covered. But I want you to go and test drive one. Once you have test driven one, there is no doubt. Hustler Turf. Go to hustlerturf.com. Click on the radio offer button, top of the right-hand corner. Enter my name, Beck, in the box for warranty offer details. That's hustlerturf.com. Hustlerturf.com. 10 seconds, station ID. All right. Brian Williams was on television. New York Times editorial board member Mara Gay was on with him. Both Williams and Gay marveled on air at the reaction to a Twitter user's post about Michael Bloomberg's campaign spending. Here's the thing. The Super Tuesday Evening Post, now deleted, said Bloomberg spent $500 million on ad. Do you know the story yet, Stu?
Yes, this is incredible.
This is incredible. I was hoping you didn't, because I wanted to see if you'd just catch it immediately. Bloomberg, which you would have. Bloomberg spent $500 million on ad. That means with a U.S. population at 327 million, he could have given each American $1 million and still had money left over. I feel like $1 million check would be life-changing for people, and he wasted it all on ads and still lost.
Incredible. This actually made it to television.
Right. And then Williams said, wow, that is an incredible way of putting it.
I think we have the...
Do we have the audio of this? It'll play this audio. This
Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. U.S. population, 327 million. Don't tell us if you're ahead of us on the math. He could have given each American $1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
It's an incredible way of putting it. It's true. It's disturbing. It does suggest, what we're talking about here, which is there's too much money in politics.
There's too much money in politics. There's too much money in politics. Really, just a week ago, you all were saying, hey, Bloomberg's money could be really important in shutting down Sanders. It didn't. It didn't. Now, did it? You can't buy an election. Tom Steyer tried to buy an election. Couldn't do it. Bloomberg spent more money than Hillary Clinton did, not just in the nomination race, but the entire race total. Mm-hmm. Bloomberg could not buy the election. What do you mean there's too much money in the election?
It's so ridiculous. And, one easy way to do the math here is if you're giving $1 million to each person, and the number is $500 million. The word before million is 500. So he could have given 500 people $1 million each. It's very difficult math.
So 500 million people.
The total, I believe, is the number I keep seeing. I haven't done the math myself.
$1.53.
I've heard 327 trillion to actually do $1 million to everybody.
Yeah.
The
actual math is, when the New York Times comes out and says, it is an incredible, and it's true.
Yeah.
No, it's not. He could have given everybody $1.53.
Okay.
That's what he would have given everybody in America, $1.53. I don't know about you, but that's not life-changing. I don't know about you, but that doesn't change my vote. Somebody comes up to me and goes, look, I tell you what, you vote for me, I'll give you $1.53. Do you even stop?
No. Right.
Do you even stop? You're like, okay, crazy man. Okay.
It's such a ridiculous like, how could you just not inherently catch that immediately? $1 million to each person, 500 million, like 500 million, like it's 500 millions. There's 500 piles of $1 million. You could give 500 people $1 million.
No, Stu. No. If he would have done that to every single super delegate, maybe he would have had something.
Yeah.
I'm going to give $1 million to every super delegate, and I'll still have money left over, where I can give everybody less than $1.53, or less than, which is slightly less than $1 million for every American. Thank you, New York Times and NBC.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
I want you to picture in your mind's eye the perfect real estate experience. You have it? Does the person who's helping you sell your home or buy a home or both walk into the house, shake your hand, and then get a confused deer in the headlights look? Maybe pause in the middle of the conversation, take a call from his other job? Or does he walk in the door, shake your hand, immediately take charge of the situation, get down to business of helping you in the best way possible because he clearly knows what he's doing? When an agent is coming through Real Estate Agents I Trust, that's the second experience. That's the one we want to provide for you every single time. Now, this is my company, and the agents do business the way I would like them to do business. With Real Estate Agents I Trust, you are going to get the member of a very elite team of people dedicated to make sure you are satisfied with your buy or your sale. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. The name kind of says it all. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. You're buying or selling a home, we're going to find the right person, the right agent with the best track record in the area that fits all of our parameters, and connect them with you. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. Free service.
If you're a Blaze TV subscriber, you get Friday's big story on the coronavirus with Glenn Beck tonight. Use the promo code GB20. Get $20 off your subscription.
This is the Glenn Beck Program. Welcome to it. Pat Gray is joining us now. Hello, Pat.
Hi, Glenn. Hi. Welcome to Friday. Glad you're here. Yeah, me too.
Bill O'Reilly is coming up.
I don't think he is, actually.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Crap. I didn't plan anything for the second hour. I was just going to let him blab. I was going to go for breakfast.
Oh, we have breakfast now, though.
We do?
Yes.
What do we have?
Actually, the only reason I came in today was because of this. Well, I'm pretty sure I have COVID-19. So I was thinking, should I stay home? And then I thought, no, today's the day we're testing all the Wendy's breakfast food.
Okay.
So that's the only reason I
By the way,
I'm also confirmed.
You are confirmed?
I'm confirmed COVID-19.
Mentally?
Stop it.
Yes.
Stop it. Both of you. Okay. Both of you, stop it.
Why?
First of all, tell the truth. Pat has COVID-10. I have COVID-9. Together, we have COVID-19.
Aww,
okay?
that's adorable.
You haven't been tested yet. So don't claim your badge of the crown. Until you actually are awarded that, okay?
Yes,
Some
sir.
of us have worked hard for our COVID status.
That's true.
So Wendy's is making breakfast now?
This is a big deal.
This is a big deal.
Yes, Wendy's is making breakfast first. Well, it's not, I think it's the third time they've tried it. But
Is it really?
Yeah, they tried it. They had a couple test runs that did not go well, apparently, a few years ago. But they're trying it now. And if you notice, you can, like, every other commercial on TV is for either Burger King or McDonald's breakfast. Which, because they're all just trying to, like...
Isn't McDonald's giving breakfast... Holy cow, this is the carb-free option, and that does not look good. Wow.
This is common. Breakfast
this
is harder
doesn't look good
than you think. I mean, this makes me always think McDonald's does such a good job with breakfast, because I remember when Taco Bell launched breakfast, I was so excited about it. Really not good.
Oh, really?
I mean, no.
Are they still doing it?
think they are.
I can't imagine anything at Taco Bell not being good.
I mean, everything.
Love
That's
Taco
true.
Bell.
I love it. I love the people. I love hanging out there.
I am not eating this. I am not eating
No, yes,
this.
you are. It was a
No,
taste
I'm
test.
not.
Okay, so what do we have here?
No, I'm...
Oh, you got sausage, you got some egg, and you got bacon.
Yeah, no
What are you
thanks.
complaining about?
I don't like it.
Looks
Does
delicious.
Not, no, it does not. It's
looks
not
delicious.
exactly the right color. I'm not eating it.
You're not even going to try it?
I'm not going to try that.
Seriously?
Nope.
Wow.
I would not. Based on their carb-free option here of just a square egg, a square piece of sausage, and some bacon. No,
what is the deal with the square thing
things,
at
yeah.
Wendy's? It's strange.
All right.
But this is a chicken and bacon croissant.
Chicken and bacon is
not
just
really
that's
a
just
croissant.
lunch or dinner.
Yes.
They're French fries. They're hash browns. They're French fries.
Yes. They're just French fries.
They're just French fries. I guess they're home fries.
They're pretty
They're
good.
pretty
though.
good.
Mm-hmm. The fries are like the seasoned fries that are
Right.
a little bit thicker
Yeah.
than the normal fry. Pretty good. I would say the fries are pretty good, actually. They should have these on the normal menu.
The chicken bacon croissant-ish type of sandwich is not bad. It's pretty
Their
good.
Chicken. I have the chicken. Have you had the chicken biscuit thing?
I
Yeah,
have
so
it, but I haven't tried it yet.
Right. That is
Really good?
Really good.
Oh, good.
The biscuit is there's a honey butter chicken biscuit, I believe is what you're talking
That's what
about.
I just had?
Yeah.
That's delicious.
You know, I want to make sure I understand. You're on a low carb diet.
Yeah. No.
And you got a low carb option, and you're currently eating a honey butter chicken biscuit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is
What am I
science, man.
missing?
This is science.
Okay.
This just looks so disgusting, I won't try it. But I don't think you're going
It's
to
the same
Wendy's
thing
for the
that's
low
on
carb.
the sandwich.
I know, but it's not. It's hidden by the bread. But the biscuit is actually a little like. There's nobody that makes a biscuit like Popeyes. Popeyes makes a much better biscuit, but this is not bad.
Yeah, so they went with this.
And the chicken is good. Good.
If you want to know the unique things here, I would say first of all, the honey butter chicken biscuit is something that is just blatantly not a breakfast sandwich. They just made a lunch sandwich into breakfast. Right?
Yes.
That is just not a sandwich that's for breakfast. They've just decided to give you a chicken sandwich for breakfast, which is fine. You can have a chicken sandwich for breakfast, but don't call it
That's
breakfast.
almost like chicken and waffles. That's really good. Okay, does this look appetizing to anybody?
Yeah, this is the unique. I would say this is one of their unique plays, which is it looks kind of like a hamburger roll if you looked at it from
But
the
it's a
side.
croissant.
It's sort of croissant-ish. Yeah, I would say it's
And
almost
they're
a,
calling it a croissant, but it's not.
I would call it a croissant. It's
Yeah.
in between a croissant and a bun.
Let me just say, this right here is the look of a failed breakfast attempt that will close the doors of Wendy's in the morning.
Now,
That
why
is a failed. Look at that.
I don't know. I think the croissant thing's not bad. I took a bite.
No, look
The
at
egg and cheese, not
McDonald's. At least, I don't know how they do it, but they mold their logo into everything. At least the meat is shaped like it has bones in it, and it's got a nice logo on the McGriddle. McGriddle. This just looks like crap. This looks like, hey kids, I made you some breakfast downstairs. That's not good.
You don't even want to try it?
No.
Did you try the croissant thing, Pat?
I did.
No, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's okay.
It has some sort of sauce on it. I would
Yes,
say?
it's like a sweet sauce that I guess screams breakfast. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think they understand what breakfast foods
I
are.
don't think this is going to
with
work.
chicken is really good.
All right, let me try the biscuit. I haven't tried the biscuit yet.
Biscuit with chicken is really good.
I mean, it's
That's
okay.
that's as good as if you like McGriddles, which I do. That's as good as a McGriddle.
Yeah, and it might be syrup that they put on it.
I think that's
Did they
why
put
you
syrup
like
on it?
I
Yeah,
think so.
I think so. And
the
you really
they're
love the
saying
McGriddle, and that's what they do with the McGriddle. They
Yeah,
bake
I
the
don't-
syrup right into it.
I don't know how they do that. I don't want to know. McDonald's, don't ever tell us because it'll make me stop wanting.
Probably.
It's like witchcraft.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If Dow Chemical was full of witches, that's what they'd be making.
I think Dow Chemical is full of witches. I'm pretty sure that's true.
That's how they're so effective.
Yeah.
I will say this about the biscuit. Usually, like a buttery biscuit, that is like every bite has 2 sticks of butter in it. That's how buttery that biscuit is. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good biscuit.
It's good.
I would say that I don't think any of these are bad. The croissant thing is more on the level of the Burger King croissant sandwich, I believe they call it, which is just okay.
Yeah, this is, if you're going to launch breakfast, this was like, I'm the CEO of Wendy's, and you come in with this, I'm like,
Try again.
I'm not.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, I'm not opening up. I'm not opening up and putting a whole bunch of money
for
in
this.
breakfast for this. No.
Where's the pancakes? Where's the waffle?
Where's anything besides? I would say to them, okay, you have the chicken biscuit thing. You got it. That's not enough to open us up for breakfast. No.
Yeah.
That's just, McDonald's did so well with the breakfast all day thing. Now everyone's trying to get on the bandwagon. I was on a plane and I watched Super Size Me 2.
Oh.
Remember Super Size Me, the documentary with Morgan Spurlock?
I didn't watch it, though, so I wouldn't understand, too, I don't think. Super Size Me 2
No, I think you
really
might be able to pick it up.
It's like COVID-19.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the first 18.
Right, but I think you'll get it.
So
was Spurlock the guy who we had on that first episode at Fox?
No,
at
that
CNN?
was the Fast Food Nation guy. The guy who wrote the Fast Food Nation. And
he hated us.
He did, and it was such a good interview. And it was the first show Glenn did on CNN Headline News, and it was the guy who wrote Fast Food Nation, which was basically a book bashing fast food.
Really get Glenn, I think, was the biggest problem.
Yeah, and he did. Right? It was a really, actually, an interesting interview, and you guys had. Yeah. And our thing was like, we should do something funny while the interview. So it's not just a boring interview about food. So Glenn would see like, oh man, that's a really good point about fast food being bad for you. And then as he was talking, Glenn would dip his head out of the camera shot and take a giant bite of like a Big Mac. And he was like doing like chewing and doing
the guy couldn't see me. He was
we didn't know
he was
that,
very
though.
serious, but I had like secret sauce all over my face and things. And I'll never forget, CNN went, we cannot have an anchor do anything like this. And we're like, yeah, I'm not really a CNN anchor.
No.
So, and they edited the crap out of that. I mean, that one, they were pissed.
Well, and we thought he could see you. We were not trying to play a trick on the guy.
Might be a little revisionist.
No, I don't think it is. I think we thought he was going to play along with it and think it was funny, and then we realized he couldn't even see us, and then he thought we were just like screwing him over by messing up his segment.
Yeah,
which was unfortunate. But on this,
not for the audience.
No, it was actually a funny thing for the audience. He did not like you afterwards, though, which is something that's been repeated by many other guests since.
But I think almost every other guest.
I think
since.
so.
Yeah.
So in this documentary, which I believe was made in 2017, but I don't know if you remember, Morgan Spurlock had a little bit of a Me Too situation. So I think he made this and then it didn't come out.
Wow.
So they've just released it to, I think, Amazon Prime.
Huh.
Anyway, I like the movie, the first one. The second one, he decides to open up his own restaurant, and a good chunk of the money is him getting all of these BS labels on his food. He's opening a chicken restaurant, and he gets it's like free range, organic, all the terms you hear, natural. No antibiotics. He goes through all of them, and he's able to secure all of these labels, even though
it's not.
He doesn't. No, he legitimately qualifies them. They just don't mean anything.
Oh wow!
A lot of them literally don't mean anything. There's no standards. You could say it no matter what.
Yeah.
The no antibiotics one was
what my
funny
restaurant friend always says.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
And the no antibiotics one was really funny because I've heard that a million times. But literally none of the food that you eat has antibiotics. It's illegal. No one can use. There's no food, no matter what level it's at, in this genre. I think this was chicken. He was talking about.
I raise cattle, and we eat them, and they're yummy. And I tell the kids, don't name them other than dinner, lunch, or barbecue. And we don't put antibiotics in. You can put antibiotics. You shoot them, inject them so they don't get sick. Right. So that's when they say antibiotic free. It means you've raised that animal and never given it any antibiotics to keep it from getting sick.
With the label, whatever, he went through the details of it with the expert from that, that qualifies people, and basically. And I can't remember the exact category. Maybe it's different with cows. He was doing it with chickens. But the whole point was none of the food at any level has this thing in it.
Yeah, because
everyone could say it's antibiotic free, but only the people who want to charge you twice as much. Because
right, so here's the thing. It would be like if you guys were going to eat me, okay? You couldn't. No, I'd be. You imagine how marbled I am? Okay. So, and I'm like veal. I've barely ever worked out or walked upstairs or anything. I am delicious.
You would be tender.
I would be delicious.
That'd be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's so much maple syrup already in me. Anyway, so I should probably, since we're going into a pandemic, probably say none of that is true about me. I'm very tough and you're just gristly. It's nasty. Anyway, it would be like labeling me or Pat cocaine free. No cocaine in Pat. Well, okay. Back in the 80s, I had cocaine. But if you would eat me, there would be no residue. There would be no cocaine in my meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what they're saying is it's antibiotic free, meaning he's like more like the cow is more like Pat being cocaine free. You can eat him, and that
and cocaine's never been in cows or meat.
Has this analogy helping you at all? I don't know. Let me give you another one they did. Free range. So he goes to the whatever government thing that says you can say it's free range, and the text of it is something like the chickens need to have access to the outside area with a minimum of this amount of space. And it's a very small amount of space. So all the chickens are held inside, and there's one door at the end, and it has this little tiny fence that goes out like 4 feet outside the door. And the chicken, in theory, could walk out there. They never do. Because they have no interest in going out there.
But that's
in
considered
theory,
free range.
They can see the sky, and they're outside in this little tiny...
Wow.
At times, he tries to pick them up and put them out there, and they just run back inside.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's interesting to watch.
Wow.
I'm sure it's very slanted, but it also was... There's a lot of interesting stuff in there.
All right, Pat Gray, thank you so much. From Pat Gray Unleashed, you can get it wherever you find your podcast. I have this an idea of a much, much shorter version of the movie Home Alone. Okay, listen to this.
Okay.
I just wrote this myself. In the film, Macaulay Culkin's dad installs Simply Safe before they leave. And so the criminals either see that they have it and it's on, and so they don't break in, or when they do, the alarm goes off, and that's the end of the movie. Okay?
Better for Macaulay. Worse movie, though.
I don't know.
Movie.
Sitting through Macaulay Culkin, imagine now Macaulay Culkin. How old is he? 50, playing a kid? Bad story. Anyway, I want to tell you that Simply Safe will protect every door, every window, every room with 24/7 professional monitoring. Outdoor cameras, doorbells will alert you when anyone is approaching your home. An entry and motion and glass break sensors guard the inside of your home. Plus, you can set the system up by yourself if you want. Anyone can, or you can have somebody install it. But I'm telling you, I've installed it. It's really easy. This award-winning security system features around-the-clock monitoring for $15 a month. That is 3 times less than the other guys. There's no contract, just the peace of mind that comes with the best home security. It's simplysafebeck.com. Get a free Simply Safe security camera now, normally $100. Order today, you get it free. It's simplysafebeck.com.
You're listening to Glenn Beck.
I want to tell you about this guy named Rick. He found himself dating a girl he found on Tinder, and they work at the same company. It's a land surveying company, and Rick was the chief financial officer. And they found each other on Tinder, and they went out, and they're like, "Oh crap, we work in the same company, but that's not the only problem. They have a 36-year difference in age. He is 58, she is 22." So they start. They're going to go out for lunch and say, "We can't date because this is really bad." They decided not to date, and so they set up a platonic lunch to clear the air. 4 hours pass, and they realize, no, they're really in love. So he quits his job
Wow.
And goes to work for another company so they can so they can date. She says, I'm in love with Rick. I'm just waiting for the ring at this point, even if it means changing diapers. And the first time I thought, oh, they're talking about babies. No, she's talking about her changing his diapers.